Hey, all right, everybody, look, I got another box. Okay then, so what's inside this box? Well, it's called a Fafrees F20 Max. It's a folding bike, and if I turn the box around this way like this, I don't know if you can see, but the box is quite wide that way because the bike did come almost all put together, and you just take it out and unfold it. So let's have a look what's inside the rest of this box and then get the bike bigger and we'll have a look. So inside the big box is another 3 boxes. There's the front rack there, and then over here, this was in the box as well, there was a pair of extra brake pads. I don't know if that was just specially for me, I don't know, but they were in it anyway. So let's open up these 3 boxes and have a look what's inside these 3 boxes. And it says there, look, gift box. So let's open up this one first. If I can do it with one hand, let's open up that there like that. Then we'll open it up, and we've got the manual. That's quite a thick manual, so it can't all be in English. There must be other. Let's have a quick look through it down about there. Yeah, it must be other languages. But anyway, there's that there. There's a smiley face there. Now, inside here, what have we got? We've got a bell. We've got some pedals there, which I can't get out because they're in it tight. Let me get them out there. We've got some pedals. What have we got down here? We've got a toolkit down here like that, and I can't get them out with one hand. So let's go over to this bit here. I can see some reflectors there. There's the reflectors and something at the back of there. And then we have got these things here, if I can get them out. And that to me looks like sort of side stands or side steps type things to take a rear passenger. So when we put them on, when I put them on I should say, we'll have a look. And there is a toolkit in there. There's 2 side steps there. Right, okay, let's have a look in here. It's going to be the charger in here. Let's have a quick peek. So we've got the charger, we've got a UK plug, so that's a win straight away. Let's take this out of here, and it says it's 54.6 volts at 3 amps, and there we are. That's the plug to plug it in with. Let's have a look in the gift box. I don't know what's in this gift box. Let's have a look. Let's have a peek. Oh yeah, it's magnetic, that is. Look about. Hey, right, okay. I don't know why the magnets impressed me then. There's a little envelope there. I don't know what that is. There's a sort of receipt there. We've got some more reflectors. We've got a spare inner tube. Now that's nice. That is nice. We've got a spare, you know, the big fat tyre in tube. It is nice to have a big spare, you know, inner tube. I think a lot of bike manufacturers should do that. That's nice. A couple of spare fuses, a couple of dust caps there, and then we've got a couple of spokes. So there we go. So that's what I got. That was all inside the big box. Right, there's a huge hill by here. I'll never get up here. Here it is, all put together. Now, I say put together, there's minimal stuff to do to put it together. It is sort of folded in half in the box, so when you take it out, there's only a few things to put on. So, what do they have to put on? Well, this front rack here has to be put on, and the pedals have to be put on. Was there anything else? Oh, and down by here, down by there, is some little sort of foot peg platforms for feet, because it looks like this bike is designed that you could take a child on the back on this seat by here. So there we go. Now, when I did sit on the bike, I did sort of see a little bit of a problem, when I put my foot on the pedal, and the pedal comes back to there, like that. If the front of my foot was on the pedal there, it was catching this bit a little bit, so I pushed them back as far as they can go, so it'll miss my foot. So bear in mind, if you want these foot pegs on, and you've got big feet, I got a size 9 foot, a UK size 9, the back of your heel might catch that when you're pedaling. That's the only problem I can find. So, let's have a closer look at it. Let's get the camera in and have a closer look around. So looking down at the wheels, they're 20-inch wheels with the 4-inch wide tyres. They've got 160mm discs, and the brakes are mechanical. So we've got a rear tail light here, and then there's also got a brake light incorporated. There we go, nice and bright. And down at the front here, we've got a twin headlight. Let's just turn it on. There we go, and that does look nice and bright as well. If we look down here at the rear, we've got the 7-speed Shimano, we've got the rear foot pegs and the motor. It looks quite big, I gotta say, that does look quite big. They're advertising it as around about a 500 watt motor, but I think it's a little bit more because it does look big. Then we got this rear seat by here. Is that nice and squishy? Yes, that is nice and squishy, so that could either be for a rear passenger or for carrying luggage. Now with the front suspension on the tops here, there's no adjustment or rebound or anything at all. It's just a standard front shock absorber. And if we come to the seat by here, if I try and push it down, I'll try and give it a push. It's a suspension seat, so I'll give it a little push now. There we go. You can see that's going up and down like that. And it is nice and squishy. I do like a squishy seat. So this is what it looks like with me sitting on it. I'm 178 centimeters or 1.78 meters or 5'10". So I've got the handlebars up quite high. They do go lower if I undo that there. Look, they go up and down. I'm not quite sure what the stopping point is. But I'll put that back there where it's nice and comfortable for me. I have got the seat up a little bit high. Remember that when you sit on it, it does go up and down, so adjust it accordingly. And it does feel like a comfortable bike. It does feel comfortable for me at my height. So it does go lower, it does go higher. It should suit a range of heights and sizes. Looking up at the handlebars, you've got the twist throttle by there. You've got your 7-speed Shimano. You come across to the display there, quite a nice display. Now, when you go to the plus or minus here, it came to me in kilometers per hour. I've changed it to miles per hour. And it's only got 3 settings, 1, 2, 3. Now I prefer 5, and you can change it to from 1 to 5 or 0 to 5 in the settings. Now if you want to go into the settings, it's the same as a lot of other bikes. If you hold down a plus and minus button like so, like that, then it changes to go into the one menu. And if you hold down the plus and minus again, it will change to a different menu again, so you can go through them. But be careful what you're pressing, because you might mess something up. So don't just go pressing things, you know, and you don't know what you're pressing. You've got the bell there. Let's have a little listen. Lovely. Then you've got your other grip over here and your brake. So that's what it looks like up on the handlebars. If you do want to take the battery out, you just press the lever by here on the seat. You pull that forward by here. You push the key in and you turn it like so, and then you pull the battery out. Now, looking at the battery, let me just turn it around this way so I can see the battery actually says it's 22.5 amp hours or 1080 watt hours, and the highest voltage is 54.6. It's a 48 volt battery. So there we go. Quite a big, hefty battery, and it should give you a pretty long range. Okay then, that was a quick look around the bike. Let's get it out on the old open road. Hey, right, okay then, here we are, out on the old open road on the Fafrees F20 Max. Now, let's go up here a bit, get a feel for the bike, and I'll tell you what I think about it. So let's go a little bit down by here and have a look what it's all about. Now, when I got the bike and I first opened it up, it was set to 25.5 kilometers an hour, or 25 kilometers an hour, sorry, or 15.5 miles per hour. And it was the settings, the pedal assist settings were 0 to 3. Now I've gone into the settings and I've changed it from 0 to 3 to 0 to 5. So I got a little bit more to play with, a little bit more settings. So I've changed it slightly. So there are ways to get into the settings. You can change things around, but I'm not going to show you that in this video. But I have put the pedal assist settings from 0 to 3 to 0 to 5. And I got it on pedal assist 1 at the moment. Now, the pedal assist, it does feel like a cadence sensor, because as soon as I start pedaling, it's like it gives you a bit of a kick in the pants and the torque comes in straight away. So you've got to hold on to the handlebars. So it does feel like it's quite a lot of torque. Now, it's got a 22 amp hour battery. So I do use a lot of throttle when I'm driving around. If you use a lot of throttle, it's going to use the battery more. I do pedal a bit as well, but it's mostly throttle. So it's a big hill coming up by here. We'll see what the torque is like. And I think I'll go further than usual today. I'll go a little bit further. It's a nice warm day, so I'll go a little bit further, see a bit more of the countryside, and we'll test out how long this 22 amp hour battery lasts. The big hill is coming up by here any minute, so I'll put it on number 5, the most power, full power. Watch this car when it comes past me. Okay, and here comes the hill, so I'll start pedaling first of all. We've got full power at the moment, but I will try the throttle when I get up by here now. So here we go, full throttle. Let's see how he manages his tail now. Starting to get steep now, very steep right here. Here we go, we're down to 14 miles per hour. Let's see if we can make it up here. This part by here is really steep, down to 9 miles per hour, down to 7 miles per hour. I'm not gonna pedal, come on, come on. 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go, 11, 12, yeah, it's leveling out now. There we go. Now, if it can, oh, it's also got cruise control as well, so if you hold the throttle for a certain amount of time, it'll stay on, so it has got cruise control built in. Now, if it can make it up that hill, that is the sort of, I do use it on the hill for a hill test, but that's a short blast and it's extremely steep. I mean extremely steep. So if it can get up there, it's quite good. So anyway, let's carry on. Get squished by a van. Okay. Squished by a car. I'm gonna stop. Stop for this car, all right? The cars are supposed to stop. They never do, but I don't know. Now, looking at the fork, this is to do with the folding function. It's got some sticky pads on the fork there, and then if you look at the back there, on the back of the frame, lower down, it's got a sticky pad there, going across there when I'm pointing. That's to stop the frame from getting scratched when you fold the bike up. Now, if you want to fold the bike, you just undo this little sort of round thing there and pull that forward towards you. Then you can fold the handlebars down. And then moving on to the pedals, you just push them in and flip them up, and there we are. The pedals are folded. And to fold the frame, you lift up this little lever here, pull the big lever out towards you, and then that releases the frame so you can fold it up. And there we go. That's what it looks like, all folded up, nice and compact. Well, I say compact, it is a big bike, but it does fold up into a small space. So there we go. That's what it looks like when it's all folded up. Now the seat post, the suspension seat post is doing its job. It's soaking up the bumps. I do like a suspension seat post because it is quite bumpy around these mountain roads, and I'm not feeling it at all because the suspension seat is doing its job. And the seat is quite comfy as well. Whoa. Another big hill, here we go. I'll try pedaling this time. Bit of pedaling, let's go up the power. Here we go up the hill, easy, easy peasy. There we go, that's nice. So like I said, I am using the throttle mostly, so that is going to give this battery a really good test. I think I'm going to go, yeah, let's go, what does that say? But there's the signpost pointing our way, so it's pointing that way, so I'm going to go that way. Now this road onto the right here is a little less travelled. It says the Viaduct 1864 Gourmet Burgers and Bar. I think that is right at the end of this road. But this road here now is a little bit less travelled, so there should be less traffic on here. Not many cars use this road. There might be a few cars on the way, but that one's usually more busy because there's a school and a village and all sorts of things, where this one has only got a farm, I think. So anyway, now, like I said about the torque coming in quickly, I don't know if you can change it. You might be able to change it in the settings, but if I pull the throttle back a bit, it does come in woof like that. So you gotta hold on. It is quite a bit of a kick, and it does get up hills really well. I'm still on a full battery. I've been up all these hills. Now these mountain roads, they do really sort of give the battery a good workout because there's all massive hills. This is another massive hill by here, coming up by here now, and this goes on for quite a while. And I think I'll do a little bit of a brake test when we get to the top of this hill. I might have to pedal a bit by here as well, so let's put it in a lower gear and give it a little bit of assistance. Not higher gear, I mean. There we go, that's better. And it will go up here and over. I don't have to pedal, but giving a little bit of pedal power just to get it up here. It has got plenty of torque because this is an extremely steep hill, and if I tried to pedal any bike up here, I'd be absolutely puffed out, but it is easy peasy. So there we go, plenty of power. Right, okay, I do like to test the walk function to see if it walks a bit too fast for me or not. So it's usually when you hold down the minus button. So I'm going to hold down the minus button and see what happens. There we go. It's kicked in and it's saying on the thing we're doing 3.1 miles per hour, 3.3. So I'd say that is, it is sort of getting away from me. It's a brisk walk. I'd say that's a brisk walk. So I think that should be a nicer setting for the walk function would be somewhere around about 2.5 miles per hour. But if you hold it back, it's pulling me up the hill, so it does slow it down a bit. So I suppose you could say it pulls you up the hill. It is. It's actually pulling me up the hill. I'll try and stop it. I'm about. I can't stop it, look. That's how powerful it is. It's pulling me up the hill. Right, let's get back on the bike. Oh, I'm in a bit of a predicament now. Let me put the camera back. Okay, now I'm sort of in a bit of a predicament by here because I'm on a big steep hill like that. That's what it feels like to me. And I got to try and pull off. So let's put it in full power. Let's give it some of the old, that there. Let's see if it's, oh, it was easy. It was easy. Here we go. Let's get it up like that. Here we go. Now, like I've said, time and time again, all my other e-bike videos, it's a bug in my hat. These hills do not show on the camera. In real life, the hills are a lot more hilly. Anyway, and I'm still going up a hill now. I'm almost to the top of the mountain, so when I get to the top of the mountain by here, I'll show you my view when I got to the top of this mountain here. So it should be quite a nice view when we get to the top. Almost there we are. We're at the top now, so let's pull over by here somewhere. And then I'll show you, give you a look around. I'll take the camera off and give you a quick look around now. Let's pull over by the side. By here, I think I'll put it over there. Okay, I'll show you with this camera. My surroundings, my settings is quite nice and picturesque. So there we go. Over there, I think, well, I know that Caerphilly is down that way somewhere. That's all Caerphilly, sort of that way. And when I say Caerphilly, I don't mean Caerphilly County, I mean Caerphilly Town. So there's a Caerphilly Town, and then there's a Caerphilly County. Caerphilly County is much bigger and has all other villages and towns within it. But when I say Caerphilly, I mean actual Caerphilly town centre is that way. So that's my view from there. Obviously the hills up that way, the mountains are a bit taller. We've got mountains that way there. Well, if I turn around by here, there's a couple of sheep there. I can't get to that mountain there. It would be a bit taller, but I can't get to it. So there we are, that's where I am. And this is the bike here. Now, I got to say that, I don't know if you can see down there, that is quite a big motor in there. It's quite wide and thick, I should say. The comfy seat, it is sprung as well. So it's sprung there, spongy there, and a suspension post. So, I mean, that is fantastic. Now, I will say, and I have said this before, and it's not a criticism of the bike, but I think all these big bikes should come with slightly bigger disc brakes, because I don't think 160mm, I'm sure they're 160mm. Let me just move that bike back a bit so you can see. Sometimes it says on them, doesn't it? If I can get it to move back. There's a big thing anyway. Let me go forwards instead then. Yeah, if you look by there, look, it says 160mm. So it is 160mm. Now I think maybe in the back, 160mm is not too bad. But in the front, 180 to a 203mm disc would be, that would be my preference. So, and like I said, it's quite cheap to change that. I'd say it'll cost you about £20 to change that to a 203 with an adapter. So it's quite cheap to change it, but I think it should give you an option for a front brake, a bigger front brake. That's what I'd say anyway. Anyway, and I gotta say, like I've said before in other videos, nice, lovely sort of upright seating position. So it's really comfortable and you can drive this bike quite a long way. Now, I don't know if you can see there, because there is, I'll try and shade that a bit there. I'm still on a full battery. We're on 7 miles, but I think I've done about 5 miles so far, up all these big hills. So you can see, and I've been using the throttle, so you can see that 22 amp hour battery is going to take you really, really far. So this bike is going to have a fantastic range. And it did take a long time to charge up because it is such a big battery at 22 amp hours. But anyway, I'll have a quick look around here and then we'll go a little bit further, back down that way. Okay, then here we go. Big hill to go down now. If you go up a hill, you got to go down a big hill. Anyway, let's get down the hill. Oh, I haven't done a brake test yet, have I? Let's go pick up a bit of speed. I haven't done a brake test. Let's get up to like 15, 20 miles an hour. Ready? 1, 2, 3, brake. Oh, there we are. Oh, sorry, sheep. Look, there's some sheep over there. I scared them a little bit. Sorry about that, sheepies. There we go. Let's look behind me. Well, you can hardly see it. I will go backwards a bit just to see. I think it was by here somewhere. There we go. That's not bad at all, is it? It's not bad. There we go. Now, I was saying earlier on about having bigger brakes in the front, and I always mention bigger brakes because it is easier. You don't have to put so much effort onto the brake thing, and if you're going downhill, the brakes don't heat up as much. A bigger brake, it dissipates more heat. But anyway, they are adequate. They do stop you. If you pull them hard enough, they will stop you. So I shouldn't really moan, should I? Anyway, let's carry on down the hill. Now this comes with a 7-speed Shimano, and I think seven gears is more than enough for the amount of torque this bike is giving out. Like I said, is advertised, I think it's advertised at a 500 watt, but it feels, to me, it does feel like it's very torquey. It's got loads of torque. So if I was to compare it with torque, like the last e-bike video I did, that had quite a lot of torque. This has got a teeny bit less, I'd say, but it's still quite a lot, if that makes any sense. So the 7 gears are enough. I think they're enough because you have got the power of the motor. Anyway, let's carry on down that way. Now, if I keep going down this way, I am going to come to a main road, and then I think somewhere, if I cross the road somewhere, I can get onto a cycle path. So I'll try and cross the road and get onto a cycle path. It's somewhere down here somewhere. I'm heading towards Machen, if you want to look it up on the map. Machen, M-A-C-H-E-N, Machen, just past Caerphilly. Anyway, let's carry on. Right, there's a huge hill by here. I'll never get up here. Another big hill. Right, here we go again. Oh my God. Look how steep this hill is. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely absurd. It's like climbing a mountain. Oh my God. Let's see if I can get up here. Oh, nearly. Oh, here we go. Made it. Phew, blinking heck. That was absurd, that hill was then. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm really surprised that me and that bike got up that hill then, because the bike is heavy. And we still made it though, so there we go. Now, if you ever do drive down Machen, the hills are like nothing I've ever seen before. Maybe places like Mountain Ash have really steep hills, but that hill was like, it was like that, honestly. And on a normal bike, I wouldn't be able to get up that hill at all. I would have to go off, but I did make it up. I did have it in a gear 1, so I had it in the biggest cog, and I had it on full power, but I still got up there without being puffed out. And the hill, it was literally going up a cliff, honestly. I'm not exaggerating. It probably didn't show on the camera, but it was steep. It's very steep. If you walk up it, you get puffed out. But anyway, I'm on the cycle path now, which goes back to, back to Caerphilly. This goes back to Caerphilly. This used to be a railway track at one point, I think. Yeah, this used to be a railway track. It used to go down towards Newport, but they've made it into a cycle path and a walking path, which is quite nice. And I think this goes back towards a place called, I think it stops at Tree Thomas. Tree Thomas, that is, yeah, that's right. Anyway, now people usually ask me, what's the range on this bike? But I don't know. I'd have to drive for, I don't know, I've been driving for, let me have a look how long I've been driving for. Let me look on the camera. How long have I been driving for? 48 minutes. So I've been out for 48 minutes. Oh, let's pull over. Okay. So I've been out for about 48 minutes and I've done about 10 miles and I'm still on a full battery, so I'd be out for hours. I'd be out for hours. Anyway, let's catch up with Lycra shorts guy. Full power. Okay then, there you go. That's my review of the Fafrees F20 Max. It's a very nice bike. Now, all the links will be down in the description below, so go and take a look if you want to buy this bike or check out any of the other bikes. Anyway, if you did like this video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ahoy!